Cats truly are emotional enigmas. Although they often come across as aloof or fiercely independent, these charming little creatures are actually full of complex emotions, far more than most people realize. Have you ever caught yourself wondering whether your cat feels bad after doing something mischievous? Do they ever try to make amends in their own way? And what happens if you accidentally hurt their feelings? Do you know how to express an apology that they'll understand? In today's video, we're diving deep into the emotional world of cats. We'll explore how our feline friends try to say, "I'm sorry," and how we as humans can apologize in a way that makes sense to them. Let's jump right in. How do cat emotions work? Cats are fascinating creatures with a surprisingly rich and layered emotional world. While they may seem mysterious or hard to read at times, cats actually feel a wide spectrum of emotions, much like we do, from joy and affection to sadness and frustration. Feline affection is something truly special. Cats are more than capable of forming deep emotional attachments, not only with their fellow felines but also with the humans they grow to trust and love. They often express this affection in quiet, meaningful ways: a gentle purr while curled up beside you, a soft nudge against your leg, or the simple act of staying near you, even when they're just lounging. These gestures, though subtle, are powerful signs of love and emotional connection. When it comes to happiness, a content cat tends to be easy to recognize. You might see them lying with their paws stretched out, rolling over to show their belly, or purring softly in a peaceful, relaxed state. A playful attitude and a curious nature are also strong indicators of feline joy. These behaviors show that your cat feels safe, stimulated, and satisfied in their environment. However, cats are just as capable of feeling low spirits as they are of joy. They can experience sadness or even depression in response to emotional or environmental stress. Events like the loss of a companion, whether human or feline, a major change in routine, moving to a new home, or long periods of loneliness can all affect your cat emotionally. In such situations, your cat might withdraw, sleep more, lose interest in toys, or become less affectionate. These are moments when they need your understanding and emotional support the most. Cats can also feel irritation, stress, and even bursts of anger. Disruptions in their daily life, unwanted interactions, or unmet needs can lead to outbursts such as growling, hissing, or even scratching and biting. When this happens, it's important to stay calm, avoid punishment, and help them feel safe again by restoring a stable, comforting routine. Understanding how cats express their emotions allows us to build stronger, more compassionate relationships with them. Their emotional depth is real, and the more we tune into it, the better we can care for them, both physically and emotionally. Now, let's test your speed. Can you subscribe and hit the bell button in just 3 seconds? Comment, "I'm in the Cat Lovers Club," if you made it. Do cats know when they misbehave? Here's something fascinating to understand. Cats don't perceive right and wrong the way humans do. Their actions are not guided by a sense of morality. So when your cat knocks something off a shelf or digs their claws into the couch, it's not because they're trying to be naughty. They simply don't understand that such behavior is considered wrong in your world. That said, cats are far from unaware. They're incredibly observant and highly attuned to human behavior. They may not grasp the specific reasons behind your frustration, but they definitely pick up on the emotional shift when you're upset. Your voice, gestures, facial expressions, and overall energy all provide strong emotional signals that cats learn to read over time. Scientific studies support this idea. Cats are surprisingly good at detecting human emotions, especially through changes in tone. A calm, soothing voice usually means affection, food, or attention, so it brings positive associations. But when your tone becomes louder, tense, or sharp, your cat immediately senses that something isn't right, even if they don't understand the cause. They also pay close attention to your face. Research from the University of Bari in Italy found that cats can interpret human facial expressions with surprising accuracy. They can differentiate between a smile and a frown and adjust their behavior accordingly. This shows that while they may not comprehend moral concepts, they are constantly learning from the way you respond to them. In essence, you are your cat's emotional compass. Through consistent reactions and body language, they begin to understand what brings harmony and what doesn't. So even though they don't feel guilt the way humans do, they are emotionally intelligent enough to recognize when something they did leads to a change in your mood. Can cats actually apologize? Now that we understand cats are sensitive to our emotions, it leads to an interesting question. Are they truly capable of apologizing? The short answer is this. Cats don't experience guilt the same way humans do. So if you're expecting your cat to act ashamed or offer a clear sorry in feline form, that's simply not how their emotions work. You won't see a guilty face or a heartfelt apology like you might from a human, but that doesn't mean they don't care. Cats may not understand the idea of doing something wrong, but they absolutely notice when their human is upset. And more importantly, they often try to fix the situation in a way that makes sense to them. If your cat suddenly becomes affectionate after a mischievous act, it's not guilt. It's their version of peacemaking. They're saying in their own silent language, I see you're upset. I want things to be good between us again. Even though cats are often seen as solitary creatures, the truth is that they form meaningful emotional bonds with the people they trust. They might not depend on us for survival the way dogs do, but they do rely on us emotionally. So when there's a rift in that bond, even one they don't fully understand, they'll often make gentle efforts to repair it. Up next, we'll explore the 9 most common ways cats show affection or attempt to make amends. Subtle behaviors that might just be their way of saying, I care about you. Number 1. Purring. Purring is one of the clearest signs that your cat wants peace. If they start to purr after doing something mischievous, they're likely trying to soothe both your emotions and their own. It's not an apology in the human sense, but more like a gentle, are we okay? Number 2. Slow blinking. When a cat slowly blinks while looking at you, it's like their version of a loving gesture. Think of it as blowing a kiss. This soft eye contact means, I feel safe with you, and can serve as a quiet sign of affection and reconciliation. Number 3. Licking or nuzzling. If your cat licks you or gently presses their face into you, it's their way of reconnecting emotionally. They're letting you know, we're still close, and that the bond hasn't been broken by their earlier behavior. Number 4. Head bumping. A headbutt from a cat is more than a quirky habit, it's a meaningful act. By transferring their scent onto you, they're saying, you're part of my group. After causing a bit of trouble, this action is their way of reestablishing that connection. Number 5. Kneading. When cats press their paws rhythmically into soft surfaces, or your lap, it's a comfort behavior rooted in kittenhood. Doing this after misbehaving may be their attempt to ease tension and reconnect emotionally with you. Number 6. Showing their belly. A cat exposing their belly is a powerful display of trust, since it's one of the most vulnerable parts of their body. When they do this after something disruptive, it could be their way of saying, I still trust you, even now. Number 7. Offering gifts. It might not always be pleasant, but when a cat brings you a gift, like a toy or even a small animal, it's a heartfelt gesture. This is their unique way of saying, I value you, especially if the relationship feels a bit off. Number 8. Tail held high. A cat walking toward you with their tail raised is showing friendliness and openness. It's a social invitation, an attempt to engage with you again and show that they're ready to make things right. Number 9. Starting play. When your cat brings you a toy or begins acting playful around you, it's a lighthearted effort to rebuild your bond. They're saying, let's move past this and enjoy each other again. How to apologize to your cat. Now let's turn the tables. What if you're the one who upset your cat? Maybe you accidentally stepped on their paw, raised your voice, or startled them with a sudden movement. Naturally, you feel guilty and want to make things right. But can a cat even understand when we're trying to say sorry? While cats don't comprehend apologies the same way people do, they're incredibly perceptive. They can sense your mood, tone, and intentions, and that's what really matters. The first step is to give them space. If your cat bolts or hides after being scared or hurt, Don't follow them or try to force interaction. This will only heighten their stress. Pay attention to their body language. If their ears are flat, tail is low, or back is arched, they're still feeling tense. Wait until their posture softens, ears upright, tail relaxed, and body calm, before making any moves. When the moment feels right, approach gently. Speak in a soft, soothing voice. Try slowly blinking at them. It's a sign of trust and reassurance in cat language. Offering a favorite treat or inviting them to play can also help reestablish a positive connection. But avoid physical gestures like hugging or kissing right away. What feels loving to us can be overwhelming to them. Do cats hold grudges? The good news is that cats don't tend to hold grudges over small one-off mistakes. They have relatively short-term memory for individual incidents, often forgetting within 16 hours. So if you scared them by accident just once, chances are they'll let it go pretty quickly. However, cats do remember recurring negative experiences. If they are repeatedly frightened or mistreated, they will retain that memory, not as revenge but as a survival mechanism. So the key is consistency. Build trust by treating your cat with steady kindness, patience, and respect. Has your cat forgiven you? Their behavior will tell you everything. If your cat is still hiding, staying out of reach, or keeping their tail tucked when you're near, it means they're still uneasy. But if they begin to act normally again, approaching you, purring, rubbing against your legs, or even curling up beside you, those are clear signs they feel safe again. That's your sign that the relationship is back on track. After a trip to the vet, a visit from new people, or any major changes in the home, like renovations, your cat might feel stressed or anxious. To help them recover, create a soothing and quiet environment. Consider using feline pheromone diffusers or sprays, and try to maintain a consistent routine to give them a sense of security. There are certain actions that can damage the bond between you and your cat, such as forcing them into interactions or picking them up when they're not comfortable, scaring them with loud, sudden noises, yelling or physically punishing them, ignoring their need for personal space. Instead, try to express affection through soft, calming tones, gentle petting, offering treats, and engaging them in playful activities. While cats don't truly comprehend verbal apologies the way humans do, they are experts at reading your tone, body language, and overall energy. It's not about the words you say, it's about the emotions they can feel from you. So, when your cat nuzzles or rubs against you after a disagreement, it's their subtle way of telling you, let's make things right again. And when you've made a mistake, don't rely solely on words like sorry. Show your remorse through actions by offering love, patience, and rebuilding trust.
Thank you for watching. Click on the following video to learn more cat secrets.